All right, in our previous videos, we showed you how to get to the instructional groupings. This video, we're going to talk about how to find some pre-canned lessons that are prescribed for those small groups based on what they did on their last diagnostic test. So to get there, you can go to reports. And with a lot of things, I already several different ways to get there, but reports, diagnostic, which you're already on, instructional groupings. From there, you can choose reading or math. We'll choose reading. As a classroom teacher, you should not have to choose your grade level because it already knows, what your class is. But in my case, I will choose my grade. I'm going to go ahead and switch this to most recent because I want my instructional groupings based on the most recent diagnostic that they have taken. And now I have my groupings. So as you see here, sometimes things will work out to where you might just have one student in a group. So you can decide, to either move her up or down. You might have a big group that you might want to divide into multiple small groups. So obviously teacher discretion there. But what's nice about this is it is based completely on their diagnostic results. They do group them up. So you're able to go and provide some intervention based on what the student showed on their last test. So here, I clicked on my group heading here, grouping one. I have my 3 students. I can see where they're at in each one of the domains. I can show my instructional priorities here, and it kind of tells me, from iReady's lens, based on what they did on their diagnostic, here's what you as a teacher should be focusing on. If you want to see a description of why they're grouped in the way that they are, iReady will kind of give you the rationale behind how that grouping worked. Down here, again, some recommendations for you as the teacher. So what to do with your small group time when you are doing your teaching in each of the different domains that your students are struggling in. And the handiest part of all this on the right-hand side, you see here, these are all the different tools for instruction that I already recommend to use, again, for each one of the domains in which they're lacking. So you as a teacher, you go through, if you have not used these before, so they're saying, okay, group one, they could use some instruction in recognizing rhyme. You click on that, opens up a PDF, and these are pre-canned lesson plans, tools for instruction, they call them, that you just have to follow as a teacher during, again, your synchronous small group time. Our goal here be for you to use this for your intervention time with your students. So go through, read it. It tells you exactly what to do as a teacher, different lessons depending on what the lesson is. Go so far as to actually say teacher says this and whatnot. So very, very detailed lesson plans. And at the end of every one, they have as you check for understanding, if you observe something, they even give you some recommendations on what to do to kind of remediate what you're finding on the spot as you are teaching this lesson. So again, very handy resources. We'll take a look at another one just to see a few examples here. So we'll go down to vocabulary. Let's say you want to do your lesson on antonyms. Same concept, opens up a PDF, tells you your step-by-step directions, gives you your time and all that. Here's what I was talking about earlier. To actually say, teacher, you say this, and then you ask this, and so on and so forth. So again, very, very scripted, very, very detailed, and again, that built-in check for understanding at the end there. So based on what you observed, different things you could try to remediate. So just handy, prescribed, specific to what your students need based on their diagnostic results. You'll also see that they make recommendations from the teacher toolbox, which we as a district, we do have full access to the teacher toolbox. So they don't link directly to it. You have to do some footwork on your end, but you could go open up the teacher toolbox, go to the kindergarten read aloud lessons, and use that workbook with your small group instruction as well. So just another recommendation from iReady on how to intervene on behalf of these students, again, based on their diagnostic test.